Okay, now I warn you in advance, this article is from CNN, my least favorite news network in the world. This is crucial. This is what we've been leading up to in the video, and I'm going to tell you something else after this, which is very disturbing. China's bank run victims plan to protest, then their COVID health codes turned red. Lu, a 39-year-old tech worker in Beijing, arrived in the central city of Zhengzhou on Sunday with all the boxes ticked to travel under China's stringent COVID restrictions. He had tested negative the day before, his hotel had confirmed he could be checked in, and the health code on his phone app was green, meaning he had not been exposed to people or places deemed risks and was therefore free to travel. But when Lu scanned a local QR code next to the Zhengzhou train station, his health code came back red. A nightmare for any traveler in China, where freedom of movement is strictly dictated by a color code system imposed by the government to control the spread of the virus.
Local banks in one province froze tens of billions of yuan worth of deposits, estimated to be about $6 billion US. Everyone is mandated in China to have a QR code that tracks their exposure to COVID, and these funds have been frozen since April.
Anyone with a red code usually assigns people infected with COVID or deemed by authorities to be at high risk of infection immediately becomes persona non grata. They are banned from all public events and transport and are often subject to weeks of government quarantine. That all but derailed plans for Lu, who had come to Zhengzhou, the provincial capital of Henan province, to seek redress from a bank that has frozen his deposits. He had put his life savings into this bank and since April hasn't been able to withdraw a penny. Now let me ask you a question then, for all of those people who, oh, we need this COVID pass, we need these digital passports, oh, we need to do this for the children and everything else. Let me ask you something. Are you not terrified by what you've just seen there on that article? If not, I physically cannot get my head around that. I just cannot understand why so many people are loving these CBDCs and the push for a digital passport and everything else. Look what the government can do if you do not comply with what they want. These people, their bank bailed them in. They froze their accounts. So they go to peacefully protest, and what happens? Their app, their passport, their digital passport turns red, locking them out of the system. What are we seeing in the West? This push for this digital passport, this push for even in supermarkets to use this digital passport so you can't get food, this push for it on transport, this push for it in banking, this push everywhere, even in schools. It is so obvious. I don't understand how people can be so stupid. It is so obvious what is happening here and what is coming. And people are sleepwalking into this digital enslavement. It baffles me. Another protest was planned for Monday, but as the depositors arrived, they were stunned to find their health codes, which were green upon departure, had turned red. Dozens of depositors were taken into a quarantine hotel, so basically imprisonment, guarded by police and locals officials before being sent away on trains bound for their hometowns the next day. Others were quarantined at several other locations in the city, including a college campus, according to the witnesses and online posts. Ladies and gents, I don't know what else I can do to keep warning you about these things. So many people either criticize, critique my videos, say it's all doom and gloom and nonsense and, oh, this is dumb and he's making it all up. It's happening right in front of your eyes, and yet people are blind to this. They simply cannot see it. All that I can do, or that you can do if you believe me when I talk about these things, is keep spreading the word, keep sharing the videos, keep just doing everything I talk about here and protecting yourself as best you can. Make sure you've got some of, this stuff. Make sure you've got some cash on hand, because there's going to come a time when you will not be able to get cash anymore. I promise you this. It will come in the near future. You will not be able to get cash. And if you haven't bought something like silver and gold, for example, or you haven't got things to barter with, if it got that sort of Mad Max, What would you do? By the way, I have links in the description below for where I buy my gold and silver from. Not a recommendation, but I've been using these companies for absolutely years, either UK, USA or global, and I've never had a problem with them. Up to you if you want to go down and check those out. But honestly, just do something. Don't just bury your head in the sand here, because this is going to end up very, very badly for all of us. Thank you so much for watching today. Take care. God bless. I will see you tomorrow.